Hey, how you guys doing? I'm X. Yeah, and I'm on the 1.7.10 preview, and I decided to go back to the 32, Faithful 32, and I'm obviously on the Realms. So you guys may notice my crosshairs are a little different than normal. I've been messing around with editing texture packs again. Um, yeah, anyway, so I was making this video not only to show you guys some of the stuff that I've put in recently that I didn't do LPs on, which I probably should have, but I figured people weren't really interested, so yeah. Anyway, we're going to look at everything that I've done kind of over this last 2 weeks since I uploaded my last video. But I've been getting about 10 to 15 people a week since I started Realms asking if they can join the realm. A couple people were like, hey, you should hold a competition, and I'm like, I did that before, and the people that won acted like they own the joint, and the last thing I want to do is have somebody on here I want to watch. So if you actually want to maybe jump onto the realm, if you want me to invite you, why don't you put in the description, or actually in the comments, why you think you should be on this realm. And of course, I'm not going to just invite you because you put your in-game name. Give me a reason or why you think you should actually be on this server. And then because you can jump on at any time, if you want to, I'm only going to invite somebody and give them about a 10-minute window to join, put them on adventure mode, and see how you do. And that would be if I'm actually interested in that. So if you are, put it in the comments what you can bring to this server. And then another thing, if you have a realm of your own and you'd like to show it on YouTube, I'm going to start doing a realm server tour. Whether you did it on creative, survival, or whatever, and you'd like to show it, and you don't have recording equipment, or maybe you do, and you want to get it promoted, put that in there as well. And if you want to contact me, IVXX is actually, you can contact me and send a private message on YouTube to me, and it'll either ask you to add me as a contact or ask me to add you as a contact. And of course, I don't have that blocked, so you can send as many messages as you want to. So now that we got the business taken care of, we can go ahead and look at what I changed on the texture, which is basically the crosshair. I was kind of getting sick of having this huge X. I actually really like the little dot, but as you can see, I have a lot of ender eyes, and I actually found another village, which is actually at the 1200, minus 1200 coordinates from here. So it's just around the bend, so that means I'm going to be able to transport those villagers over here and repopulate this village, because I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but there's no villagers alive. But I'll probably put them in here, or maybe even make a trading area with them. I also want to do an auto furnace. I'm going to probably put it downstairs. So these are some of the things I'm going to be doing LPs on here in the future. I have a couple other ideas I want to do, but first thing, I'm going to go ahead and take some books with me, because we are going to be going into the end to look at my ender farm. So yeah, show you the cow cooker and chicken cooker I just installed. I was going to come up with my whole design, but I've seen that the most efficient ones and the best ones, they don't really vary too far, so I just basically followed somebody's tutorial online. They weren't really very known, and then I kind of modified it slightly. I have I'm going to say I have too many cows in it right now. I think I have 8 cows in there, but it's okay, because it still works. So you cook your cows, and then it'll drop in the cooked steak. Occasionally it won't cook them, but this one seems to be working fine now, and of course it'll give me cooked steak and leather, and pretty decent amounts of it. So I've been able to get plenty of books from this. Before, I was actually doing it the old school way, breeding them and then killing them. So yeah, this is how you breed them. You just hit the button and they float in the water, and then you just feed them. And the best way to do it is to just look in their faces and try and feed them that way. There we go. I'm gonna have to get some more wheat. So you can see I'm getting some XP from this. Go ahead and shut this off. Most of the XP comes in here, but I do have plenty of little cows. They should be cool in there. So this is actually Exumavoid's chicken cooker. It's been working pretty decent. Getting 13 plus now, and plenty of feathers. Although I don't really need the feathers, but it's definitely a cool design, especially if you tile them next to each other. It's definitely a good design. Yeah, you can hear it working right now. I put I'm gonna say I put too many chickens in there. So let's go ahead and look at. I was gonna run around and show you the in-between stuff, but I'm basically just gonna skip to what I want to show you right now. Alright, so I added in a bottleneck preventer onto the 9x9 hopper system that collects these mobs, and then I put 2 separate item sorters to guarantee that it won't, I won't lose any items. So there's plenty of time in between it running. Whoa, a lot of frame rate using this preview when the mobs are dropping. Optifine would normally take care of that, but yeah, anyway, so this is, it's got self-destroying, so it kills all the zombie flesh with this. I showed this before on a Void World, and this was the final design, but I added in this, basically there's, this 9x9 area has been separated into 5 separate sections, and each of those sections connects to a chest, and then those chests run across here, which then go into this chest. So if it does bottleneck, it's only going to bottleneck down here, which is actually purposeful. Some of the things I noticed about this is it drops so many mobs that items will actually despawn if you have it running. Alright, so I wanted to show you some changes I made to this, which I linked nether portals. I also isolated the iron foundry nether portal. So the iron foundry nether portal is now off way over there, and it just drops its roses and nobody can collect them, and that's the best way to have it. And then of course you go up to the blaze farm and then down for the ender portal, and then of course down there for the X grinder. So yeah, I'm gonna head to the end and I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright, we are in the end, and this is the platform, or spawn platform. You may be able to see some endermen off in the distance over there, but you can see that I torched up a lot of this. It's actually just 1/4 is what I torched up. There's still some guys over here that spawn, and I'm not going to bother with them, but it was mainly to bring up the production of this ender farm. I did a whole LP on it. I actually died about 4 times making this bridge right here because I used half slabs, which I'm going to tell you I probably should have just went solid blocks and then put half slabs on top of them and left it that way, but instead I just decided to use half slabs. But when you're placing half slabs, sometimes they glitch and they go up or down, and when that happens and you're standing on it, you fall. So a good thing I left most of my stuff in an ender chest. So this is actually right now at probably its best efficiency. You can see there's an enderman glitch in there, which is weird, but occasionally I used to have some edges on this, and those edges would prevent me from falling off. But what ended up happening is the more surface area that they can go to, the more guys will teleport away. Right now there's only here and these edges that they can actually teleport to, which I made it so that it's really easy to get your ender eyes. You can cross in and out of the water, but that actually might be why these guys can just go straight through. So this is an XP slash auto collecting farm, so it's a grinder slash XP farm. And the way that I have it set up right now is kind of a it's a temporary. This is a prototype. I might stick with it, but we're going to look at the design first, which is basically just some chests that auto collect. And then I probably went a little crazy with the hoppers on this, but I have plenty of iron, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this system right here, as long as you power it with a repeater from right here, it will power the whole 30 block area, which is cool. Both sides. and I have some of them on a 1 tick delay, which does cause some lag, but not much. There you go. So the way I have it set up is that you can either leave it on that, or you can do it like this. That way you don't have to end up with a bunch of ender eyes in your inventory. They'll just drop in here. Now if you aggro these guys, I'm just going to tell you some of these guys will actually have full health, and it's because I realized that on the grind mode, Endermen will spawn on this, and you can't really, I mean, you can light it up, but I have pistons right over the top. So I tried putting half slabs on it, and then having it 1 block under, but then I lose some XP because they fall through the little cracks. So this was the best and most reliable way. So I just got 30 XP. I'm going to go ahead and enchant a book. I've been actually enchanting here and there. This has been the main source of getting XP, so hopefully I can get a good book. Thorns too. I mean, that'll work. I'm really looking for unbreaking is what I'm really looking for. These are the ones I've gotten so far, which is punch, power 4, flame, and this. And then of course you guys know I lost all my stuff in the Ender Dragon battle, so I need unbreaking for my efficiency, or I'm sorry, for my silk touch. My bow, I just got unbreaking 3. I got unbreaking 3 for this, and then I got unbreaking 3 for this one. But I still only have efficiency 2 for these, so I need unbreaking for these as well. That way I can keep these tools a lot longer. But that is pretty much it. I did want to show you some stuff I did to the... I'm going to go ahead and leave this on grind. But I wanted to show you guys some stuff I did to the iron foundry. And hopefully you guys like it, so I will see you guys there. Alright, so now that I'm by the ender farm, yeah, so this is basically where you would spawn in. To be honest, you would spawn in and probably die. Unless you took that ladder right there that's in the pool. But you guys might notice that the efficiency of this has improved quite a bit. You can see I'm getting about 5 iron golems at a time now, which is pretty crazy. And one of the reasons that is because this nether portal was actually linked to one of my first nether portals, so it was incorrect. As soon as I delinked it, this thing started producing mad amounts of iron. Matter of fact, it's actually so efficient that I added on this overflow. If this chests ever get filled up too much, basically what will happen is the items will just flow and then drop by the door. I'd rather them despawn than to get backed up, but since this isn't a full dedicated server, I don't really have to worry about that. I just added in this row of chests, so we're going to check and see how full it's gotten since I was here. So yeah, it looks like it's getting pretty full. I mean, I just added it in not even a half hour ago, but I have this chest, this chest, this chest, and then these two are still needing to be filled. Beyond this point right here, for some reason, I think it's out of the chunk, the iron never really gets here. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It's very strange. Like, I'll get iron, but it's not quite as much as it should be, if that makes any sense. Yet, so the efficiency of this has gone up dramatically. So one of the things I was going to say is if you, I want to make the Iron Titan next, and I'm going to wait till we get into the 1.8 to do that. But it's set up, so I'm going to actually start putting half slabs and get it all set up so that I can build it. And then of course I have all the doors I need, I have all the villagers already, so it's ready to go for the Iron Titan. Definitely going to need some help with that because there's a lot of doors. But yeah, anyway, you know, like I said, put in the comments, you know, why you guys think you should be on this server, and I will consider your guys' applications if that makes any sense. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment, like, and subscribe, and have a good one. Later.